gone that way a little bit earlier. Can somebody tell me what integers are? Yes, ma'am.
Fractions and their whole numbers.
Fractions and whole numbers. Actually, integers are not fractions.
A decimal and their whole numbers.
Nope, just whole numbers. But the thing about integers, what side of the number line do they go on? So here's when you started out in elementary school, your number line looked like this, didn't it? Started out at 0, right? And then your number line went that way. But then you came to middle school, and now all of a sudden the 0 moved to here, didn't it? And then what's over on this side?
Integers.
Huh?
The integers.
Which integers?
Positive.
Positive integers, right? So the positive ones are over here. What's on this side of 0?
The negatives.
Excellent, the negatives. You guys are on it. Okay? So now you have to start adding and subtracting using negatives and positives. Okay? Somebody tell me when you might see a negative integer. I'm from Wisconsin. When would I have seen a negative integer, a negative number?
Temperature.
Temperatures. It got down to negative 30 degrees one night. I was in Minneapolis. Negative 30 degrees. That's cold. Alright, so what you guys are going to help me with is walking the line. I need 2 volunteers. Okay. Lily, you stand right there. Guys, remember we're social distancing, so you stand right there. Now here I've got a number line. It's going to look a little crazy to you guys because you're seeing it from the opposite side. But let me ask you this. You tell me, am I going up the line or down the line? You say or up? I'm going up the line. That means this way I'm going down the line. So, you see a plus sign? Where do you go? And when you see a minus sign, you're going to go down. Okay? This is going to get a little bit crazy, a little bit confusing possibly, but try and hang in there. Do you guys remember what a verb is?
Action.
Verb, excellent. A word of action, right? So adding and subtracting. What did you guys learn subtracting was when you were in elementary school? What's another word for it? Or another phrase for it? Taking away. Right? Does that sound like an action to you? Yeah. So subtracting is a verb. Adding. Does that sound like a verb to you? You're going to add something? You know, let's say you got a bunch of bricks and you're going to move the bricks from one pile to another. You're going to add them to that other pile, right? That's an action. Right? Two words you have to be familiar with, and you guys just told me them a minute ago. Positive. Okay? Do you remember what an adjective is?
It describes a word.
Excellent. It describes a word. You two, kudos to you. So, I have positive numbers and I have negative numbers, right? Let's say that I gave you the number 5. Let's say 50. I give you the number 50, okay? And it's in regards to your bank account, okay? Would you rather it be up here in the positive, down here in the negative, or don't care at all?
In a positive.
So it does matter. So the definition or the adjective in front of the number does matter. There's a big difference between having plus 50 in the bank and minus 50 in the bank, negative 50 in the bank, right? Positive 50 means you got money in your pocket. What does negative 50 mean?
You owe money.
Yeah, you're in debt. You owe money. What's 0, by the way?
None.
That's broke. You just broke. You're not in debt, but you don't have any money in your pocket. All right, so we're going to work on these. The reason I bring up the positive and negative, this is a 5. You've known it as a 5 since you were in elementary school. When you're working with integers, you have to realize, is that a positive or a negative 5?
A positive.
It's a positive. If you don't see see a sign, then that's going to mean it's on the positive army, I call it. So there's 5 soldiers. I'm going to show you that video later, right? So I'm going to put a positive sign right there. This minus / negative sign. Which one is it? A minus or a negative? So this is either a minus sign or a negative sign, depending on whether it's a verb or an adjective. Okay? So what are we doing with this? Is this minus sign telling us what this 8 is?
No.
Or is it taking away 8?
It's taking away 8.
It's taking away 8, so that means it's which? A negative or a minus? Minus. Minus means taken away. Okay, so if that's a minus, what's the sign on the 8? Positive or negative? If it doesn't have a sign, it's positive. So, this is going to look a little crazy, but when you're dealing with integers, I like crazy. Okay? So, that's minus a positive 8. There's the reason for that. If I'm walking this line, walking this number line, and I'm gonna go positive 8, am I walking forward or backward? I'm sorry, am I walk? Yeah, I'm gonna walk forward for the positive numbers. Well, if I'm walking forward for positive numbers, what am I gonna do for negative numbers? I'm gonna walk backwards because it's the opposite. Okay? If I've got a plus sign, I'm gonna face up the line. Okay? And if I've got a minus sign, I'm going to face down the line. Now, we lost Lily. Can I get somebody else to volunteer? Okay, come on. You can go first. So, there are 4, most problems make sense. Some do not. These are these are 4 that are kind of a little bit confusing. Hopefully, until you see it, walk the line. The reason that I like to walk the line is because it gives me a visual. Okay, it gives me a visual. What do we call that when we have a visual of a math representation? You know? If somebody shows you a picture, an example would be an excellent word. I was thinking of something that starts with the letter M. You guys ever hear of a model? Okay, a model is a picture that shows you how to solve a math problem. You with me? You good? Okay. So, what's your name again? Katie? I want you to walk the line for this one. Where do you think the positive 5 is? Positive means you're walking forward, you're going to the 5. Any questions so far? Pretty simple, right? Now, minus means he's going to face which way? He's going to face down the line, right? And then he's got positive 8. So is he walking forward or backward?
Forward.
Forward. So march 8 for me. Forward. That's not forward. You're facing down 1. Keep an eye on where you're walking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Now I need you to stand right here so we keep social distancing. Where did you end up? -3. Remember, we're in middle school now, so we don't call it -3. It's -3. Who was my other volunteer? Okay, I need you to start at 0. I don't have a 5, so that means it's a positive 5, right? So you guys, you're going to go up there to 5. And then this time, we've got a plus, which means she's facing which way? Plus means she's facing up the line. -8 means she's what?
Going backwards.
Right, so I want you to come over here so you keep social distancing. Face that way and walk backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're right here. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where is she at? -3. Where are you at? -3. So the lesson, the takeaway, is this. Subtracting a positive. Subtracting a positive is the same as what? Subtracting a negative?
Adding negative.
Adding a negative. Subtracting a positive is the same as adding a negative. You gotta remember that. Alright, now, you're back up again. Actually, well, since you're there. This time, I want you to start at -2. Okay? Then, plus means you're facing which way? Up the line. And then, this 5 doesn't have an adjective, so what is it? Positive 5. Okay, so is she walking forward or backward?
Forward.
So, give me 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, you really went fast there. You are here. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. And this is 5. So we'll step back to this one right here for me. Come on over here to keep social distance. Where's she at? Positive 3. All right. And was it K? All right. So you're going to start in the same place, -2. And this time you're going to hit minus, which means you're facing up the line or down the line? Down the line. And then you're going to walk -5. You walking forward or backward? So walk backward for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's he end up? Positive 3, the same place. So, what that means is subtracting a negative is the same as adding a positive. Okay? Subtracting a negative is the same as adding a positive, and adding a negative is the same as subtracting a positive. Don't worry if you don't remember it right now. There's a couple of worksheets. Well, we can talk about that later.